Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
So today we're talking love, marriage, Huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some housekeeping, some meat and potato items. It is free to follow me, free to subscribe to this channel, free to subscribe to my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast, free to follow me on the Instagram at Anonymous Reality Tea, free to follow me on Tickety Talk, y'all. Free to share everywhere. Y'all not serious? We're not at 20K yet. We're not at 20K. I think the last I saw it, we're at 19,972. So y'all don't want this live. Y'all don't want it. But that's okay. In this video, we are talking about Carlos King shutting down Destiny's Lies, you guys. We got to talk about it now. This is not, to by any means celebrate Carlos King for doing something that he should have been doing this entire time, this entire reunion, this entire season's past, and all the things. This is why I feel that they've been needing a new host for this reunion. Carlos King is too close to the cast. He's too integrated into the cast. He's too biased. He plays too many favorites. He picks and chooses when he wants to hold people accountable and this and that. And even though he hasn't flat out, said anything or, cut Mel down in the level that he had regarding Destiny, he has allowed for the other cast members to come at Mel in a certain way, which gives this was a conspiracy, which gives that this was a scheme set up by Todd, except for Destiny is alleging a different scheme. So she was not happy because Mel started giggling when Destiny brought up the delusional take of Sunny and Moses getting married to get on the show to basically facilitate contact with Destiny, right? So Mel starts giggling because she's like, at this point, y'all are just full of nonsense. It makes zero sense. Her and Carlos King have a key that this is just ridiculous. Destiny gets pissed off and tries to allege that Mel and Sunny had a secret meeting, had a secret rendezvous in July of the previous year, which would have been since this, so it would have been not this reunion film in October 2024. So she's trying to allege in July of 2023 that Mel and Sunny had a meeting of the minds about being on, getting together and conspiring, because it makes no sense. It wouldn't have been July of 2024 because Sunny was already filming, was already on the show. So they got together, conjured up this storyline, had a meeting of the minds that they were going to come on, her and Moses were going to come on the show. And Mel was like, outside of Sunny and being a producer, she didn't know her personally like that. She didn't know, and Sunny was like, you are a bold-faced lie. You are telling nothing but lies, and you're full of crap. You're full of crap. How did Mel and, Sunny get together to plan any storylines when you've been off the show for a couple of years, Destiny? Can you make it make sense? How was that possible? Nobody was saying anything about Sunny and Moses until you brought it to the forefront on the Dear Future Wifey podcast. Most people didn't even know who Sunny was until you put the information out there on Dear Future Wifey podcast. You wanted that information out there because you thought that you were going to have a Melody Cherie Rogers moment. You thought that the people were going to go in and attack Sunny the way that Martell's concubine has been dragged all the way up and down and through here. But you made the mistake of thinking that you have all these people that like you. And that's so support you and have empathy for you. You made that mistake. You made that miscalculation, Destiny. And so nonetheless, as a result, there's people who obviously have given their opinion on Sunny, whether they agree or disagree with the timeline, whether they agree or disagree on whether or not her and Destiny were friends, or even if they're not friends, disagree with hooking up with somebody that your coworker used to deal with, whatever the case may be. However, they are not here for you basically making your world, your entire existence, your podcast tour being nothing about, anything you've got going on in your life, but all about Sunny, Moses, and Mel. The people were tired. So Carlos King had to intervene, y'all. He had to intervene and say, looky here, I'm the creator. And basically had to put out there, because you put it out there, Destiny, on the Dear Future Wifey podcast, that it was him, that he contacted Marcus, Mr. Marcus, not Mel's brother Marcus, but Mr. Marcus, somebody who also is the showrunner for the show, and basically told him to contact Sunny and Moses and see whether or not they would be interested in the show. And Carlos King threw Destiny on their bus, said she was very much aware of everything being in cahoots. We know Sunny has exposed on her live that Destiny being back on the show was contingent upon Sunny and Moses signing on the dotted line for a contract. And then, Destiny tried to make another allegation that they were in a cahoots for the podcast episode for Reality with the King. And Mel was like, I didn't know anything about that. That's fake news. Anybody who attended or watched for themselves that have a set of eyes know that was an ambush. That Carlos King was being called out in that moment for not protecting Mel, for not protecting black women, and knowing, allegedly, all of the behind-the-scenes stuff. And I think Mel was on to something, because she knows the personal relationship Carlos King and Martell have. And Carlos King and Martell have exposed on multiple occasions on their own social media platforms how often they're always on the phone with each other. Whether it's Martell saying Carlos King is calling him to yell at him about something, whether it was Carlos King that was trying to push that fake relationship that Martell and Sheree had, and talked about how he's always getting on Martell for X, Y, and Z. But notice Sheree was in the background? Come on now. So Mel said she was hurt. Mel said she felt unprotected, and she wanted Martell fired from the show. And was emotional. That is nowhere to be found on Carlos King's podcast, by the way. That whole segment is clipped out. But instead, to pivot, Carlos King claims he's not as involved with the show anymore, doesn't know and then brings out Sunny and Moses as a deflection, as a conversation starter, as to get the ball rolling. And he was banking on the Melimeters, the Mel supporters that were in attendance for that podcast to help push the storyline that everyone was going to hate Sunny and Moses and were going to be Team Destiny. But people failed to see that there were people who were not going to be fans of Destiny no matter what she said or did. And this is another example of her lying. And Carlos King had to shut her down. And then Destiny's going to make some other comment that they needed to land the plane about Sunny and Moses. And Carlos King was about to go in on her. But this is the problem, Carlos King. You have been shading Destiny, and it's right. I mean, again, talking about how she loses her men and all this and that. You were throwing all that shade at her. And so she's being nasty, she's being disrespectful, but she's coming out with flat out lies. And y'all thought that y'all were going to follow this up and add another segment alleging grooming? This is what y'all thought was going to be y'all big win. Y'all were going to throw like the dagger at Mel with some grooming allegations after this. Oh, no. No. And then messy Kimmy is going to try to chime in to try to throw a dagger at Mel, trying to give into the Destiny conspiracy theory when you hate Destiny's guts, Kimmy, by the way. Talking about, even after Carlos King explains everything, that Mel had nothing to do with this, she tries to circle back at SUNNI. So you and Mel, y'all never talked or anything before the podcast? Kimmy, sit down. Sit down, be concerned about this lawsuit that your husband is in. Be concerned about why your man was gone for 8 hours in the middle of the night and still got arrested, still hit a pole. You guys, no sober person is out here hitting the pole at 12 noon the next day, you guys, and it's not suspect. Make it make sense. But I had to add that in there because that really irritated me, because I was like, really, Kimmy? Really, you're going to do that? You're going to pull this nonsense? Make it make sense. But basically, Carlos King had to confirm that Mel had nothing to do with SUNNI and Moses being on the show. Nothing to do with anything. That SUNNI and Moses being on the podcast, that was a scheme that Carlos and Marcus put together, you guys. And nonetheless, they wanted to push that storyline through. That's how they wanted to introduce the storyline to the show and all of the things. Have a formal introduction to SUNNI and Moses on a large platform, which would be a show that was supposed to be highlighting and celebrating Mel, by the way. But nonetheless, he wanted to do that to introduce the show, and he was hoping that SUNNI and Moses would get all this hate, would get all this backlash. Yeah, they received hate. Yeah, they received backlash. But as the season unfolded and Destiny couldn't stop staying off these podcasts, people's sympathy started to wane because it came off as Destiny really felt away, to the point that you're more upset about this than you are your actual marriage and what went down with your ex-husband LeBaric. That you have more energy for this, that you're talking about a 15-year entanglement with Moses, entangled with him while he's been in prison before, entangled with him while he was married to the first wife, entangled with him while he was dealing with other women that he was serious about, and you flew out and stayed at hotels to hook up with him after hours just to have a piece of this man and all the things. But the people are tired. And this is what people are saying. You know, you don't share anything legitimate about your life. You're always trying to, copy somebody else's story, copy somebody else's experience, and then try to bring it on the show and make it seem like it's your real reality and everybody should feel sympathy for you. And Carlos King quickly clocked it. But for some reason, Carlos King can't clock anything else. He just lets everything run wild if it's about protecting Martell. He lets everything else run wild if everyone else is dragging and tagging on and attacking Mel. All of that is fine. But he draws the line when it is a scheme set up by Todd. He wants to let you know, no, I was a part of the scheme. I was a part of the scheme. Let me break the fourth wall for a second here. No, Carlos. No, Carlos. You finally did something right, Carlos, which was confirm that Destiny is a liar, which we have been saying all along, that she is a liar. The truth is not in her. But nonetheless, we are not going to excuse you for all of the foolishness that you have allowed this show to turn into for several seasons. And you did not acknowledge for 1 second the look on Mel's face of how disgusted and disappointed and over this reunion she was, and that she was checked out, that she was clocked out because of the BS that you tried to pull this entire season. And you had an opportunity to turn it around and you still fumbled. which is why Owen allegedly is still trying to beg Mel back and trying to make things right after all of your screw-ups. But it is too little. It is too late. So there is that. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post some content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.